I have $100,000 to put down on a house in Michigan, and my mortgage would still be over $2,000 a month. Even if I'm looking at a $300,000 home. What do you mean I'm putting $100,000 down? And it's at a 5% conventional. Like, what the do you mean $100,000 down on a $300,000 to $350,000 home, and it's still gonna be a $2,000? Like, what the do you mean? That's crazy.
I'm this close literally to taking auto pay off of everything. Yep, auto pay off of everything. Yep, taking my money out my bank and closing that down and saying fuck it all. Because the reality of it is that no matter how much money you make, no matter how hard you make, no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do for money, it's still not enough. It's not. Like, and I'm tired. Literally, I'm tired.
I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that one financial setback, one bad event, one major thing like a transmission going out, your HVAC system going out, your car breaking down in general, one thing away from killing you financially. And we don't want to admit it, but it's true. Most people are one thing away from being in financial hardship. And that's how you know there's a major problem in the United States with the economy, with the prices of goods, with the prices of cars, with the prices of housing, with the rise of rent. All of these things are contributing to this. And a lot of us know it, but we're afraid to admit it. There's this lingering stress that we all feel, but we don't really talk about. And that is the one thing that's going to set you back if it goes wrong. And that is a very hard pill to swallow.
So, I go to my mom's just a little bit ago, and she told me that her and her husband are going tomorrow to find jobs. 67, all going on 68 years old. Retired. They both draw Social Security, and they have to go and find jobs tomorrow because of this economy and because of the people in this world that own homes and want to rent homes out for thousands of dollars.
If I see that news report of them talking about how more and more Americans are reporting food insecurity, I'm gonna lose it. We have no money. How many times do we have to say it? How many ways do we have to say it? We are broke. We are poor. We have no extra cash. I don't have the money for that right now. No tango dinero. How many times do we have to say we don't have money?
The current state of the economy is kicking my ass. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel like my fiance and I just work. We work and work and work and work just to pay bills, just to afford the house we have, to afford groceries, to make sure that everyone is comfortable. And it's a lot. And I don't know if it's just me, but I know 8 years ago when my fiance and I first were dating, we were able to put much more into savings. Life was much more affordable. And mind you, we were making less then. So obviously something isn't working.
It used to be that if you worked hard, you were guaranteed that you could at least do okay. Like support your family, survive. Now you can work extraordinarily hard and still not have your needs met. To me, this says that the whole worker bee virtues is changing, because why should you work so hard if it doesn't even pay you enough to survive? That's what we're all wondering.
At the store yesterday, I spent $336.88 on basics, on absolute necessities. And we're going to talk about it because that was our entire grocery budget for the month. I try and do $150 to $180, $180 on the high end every 2 weeks. We try and eat as healthy as we can. And I know that that is a very generous budget. And I did that in one trip with coupons. I saved $71.36 using coupons. Some things that stuck out to me yesterday, and I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee, for anyone who is not here. Chicken was like $5.50 a pound. What? Sodas of any kind, $11.39. What a random number, first of all. $11.39. Milk was $3.50. I don't even want to talk about eggs. And I'm going with like baseline stuff, y'all. I'm not buying name brand. The things that we were out of yesterday that cost so much money are as follows. We were out of garbage bags. We were out of laundry detergent. We were out of dish detergent. We were out of all meat. We were out of canned vegetables. I don't even buy fresh produce because it's too expensive. And that's trying to eat healthy. We don't buy sodas. The one thing I splurged on yesterday was a thing of juice because it was on sale for $3.50 from like $4.99 or something like that. So I did get that. Feminine hygiene products. Allergy medication, because if you're like us here in Tennessee, we're dying from the allergies, okay? And then I went to put gas in my car, and it was $4.16 a gallon. The cost of living is so absurd. And we were trying to do things cheap. I don't buy name brand stuff. The only name brand things I buy, well, that's not true. I don't buy name brand like extras and things like that. I do buy the name brand trash bags and laundry detergent. That I do. But anytime we can go store brand, we go store brand. Milk, eggs, canned vegetables. This is just a tirade at this point for how much the cost of living is. So you bet your bottom dollar we are going to make these groceries stretch because we have no choice. I can't go find another $180. I don't have it. We spent $336. That's our budget. We've got like $27. That's not true. $24 left for groceries for the rest of the month on our high-end budget. This is insane. We do well for ourselves. We do well enough that like my bills are paid and I stocked my pantry, my fridge with the basics. So I'm just so frustrated that this is where everything is.
Y'all, these apartment complexes have lost their damn minds with these fees. Look at this. You have a $10 package fee. You have a $10 package acceptance fee. Valet trash, I want to highlight for $30. Because then you come down here, trash $7 a month. Trash fee, $8 a month. What is that? I remember when a washer and dryer came with the unit. I'm sorry, I thought pest control was just part of owning an apartment. Like you own it, you do the pest control. A $200 administrative fee I'm paying $200 for what? For you to do your job? Oh, don't worry, the amenities, you got to pay a $20 fee when you move in for that one. So then of course I'm like, let's go somewhere else. There's still a monthly admin fee. A monthly admin fee for what? And again, another $5 pest control. That used to just be part of it. Application fee, $60. Administrative fee, $20, $200, because why not? What?
So let me get this straight. Work, work, $80 in gas, work, groceries, keep myself alive. Bounce house, $250. Work, unexpected bill, debt, work, pay off debt, work.
Well, guys. Here we go.
Oh no. Here we go again.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Today's video, pretty much everybody living in the United States is pretty much sick and tired of trying to survive in this economy. The economy nowadays is tough. Inflation, rent is high, gas is high, groceries high, everything is high.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be bad.
How are people affording life right now? Because we have a 2-income household. Daycare costs $670 a week for 2 kids. My mortgage is $2,777. I don't qualify for EBT. And trust me, if I did, I'd be using that shit. I don't care. Oh, plus diapers and pull-ups. And then we have gas, car insurance. The gas out here is not that bad. It's about $3. My car insurance is $250. My car payment's $500. It's rough out here.
So I went over my budget the other night and I'm still sick over it. I have spent on food alone. It's not including really groceries. Just like fast food and like eating out like at sit down restaurants with me and my girls. Sometimes it was just me because they're at their dad's half the time. But it was $777 the whole month of June. And that was on Sunday. And I've eaten out at restaurants 3 times now since I did that. You think I would learn my lesson? I did not. So yeah, I'm going to have to be on here looking for recipes, looking for ways to save money because your girl is a single mom and I can't afford to be spending $777 every month. So yeah, if you can relate, let me know. Let me know I'm not alone because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like for a minute I was like, who's spending all this money on food? And guess what? It's me. It's me. Somehow I've managed to lose like 8 pounds this month. I have no idea how, but you know, we're going to just go with it. That's the one plus that's happened out of this. The one positive. I'll take it.
How is anyone in the South surviving? I grew up in the South. I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. I lived in Brooklyn for 10 years and now I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a recording artist there. But I always think and assume that my cost of living in California is so much higher than anywhere else. And you know, I filled up my tank before I left and it was $6.69 at the pump, which is extremely expensive. I also have to put premium gas in my car. And I am single. I pay for everything myself. So in that way, my costs are high, but I am at my parents' house outside of Atlanta and they're out of town. So I wanted to get some groceries so that I can cook for when they're back tomorrow so that there's food ready, right? So I work mostly from home, both as a recording artist, but also as a tarot reader and astrologer. And therefore, like when I'm in California, I don't have to drive a ton because everything I can do from home and I live in a pretty walkable area. Plus I have a lot of transit around me that I can take. But in Georgia, I was just, I was like, I'll hop on Instacart, get the groceries delivered while I'm working and then I can cook later. One bunch of cilantro is $3.19. And I did some comparison, but the cheapest cilantro that I found was, I think, $1.75 or something like that. And just 2 weeks ago, I was paying on Instacart under $1 for an organic bunch of cilantro. Also in Georgia, the cost at the pump for regular gasoline where I am is $3.39 right now. So I was just doing the math and I was like, my cost of living is actually lower in California than here based on what I make with my business and with my profession. Because if I were here and having to pay, fine, half of what I'm paying for gas, but triple what I'm paying for groceries. And obviously This is with markups of Instacart. But still, it's like comparing how I buy things in California to here. I've spent more money in 3 days in Georgia than I did in a couple weeks on groceries in California. And I also know it's because of access to products and etc. I'm just saying it's crazy. Like, how is anybody surviving in the South?
Hey, quick question. How are people buying homes today? In September of 2017, I was sitting in an accounting class in college when my professor asked all of us to find a home on Zillow that we would like to buy and figure out what kind of financial situation we needed to be in order to afford this home. I found essentially my dream place out west. Cute little 2-bed, 2-bath house, just under 1,500 square feet on 20 acres. The home was listed at $350,000, sold for $350,000, and I knew at the time that in order to put a down payment on it at 20% was going to cost me $70,000. Now in 2017, $70,000 was a lot of money. It still feels like a lot of money today. I've thought about that home a lot over the years, and last night I was scrolling Zillow. I feel like I'm ready to move on from where I've lived for the past couple years, and if I move, I want to buy a home. I've worked 2 full-time jobs for the past year and a half in order to save a substantial amount of money to make a healthy down payment on a home. And having 2 full-time jobs is quickly coming to an end. Will be coming to an end in the next month because it's just not mentally or physically sustainable. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I'm ready to have a life again. While scrolling Zillow, I saw that home that I found in 2017, and it's been relisted. It's adorable. They've made no upgrades to it. It still looks exactly like it did 9 years ago when I found it. Mind you, it sold in 2017 for $350,000. It's currently listed for $924,000. A 20% down payment today on that home would be $184,000. Quick math, that's 164% increase in the past 9 years. Now, I work in wildlife and management and natural resources. I work with a lot of biologists that don't even make $70K a year. Good grief, I know very few people who even make $184K a year. So my question there is, how are people affording homes today? Like, I don't get it. I feel like everybody around me right now is buying a home. And it's not even like I don't know. The homes that are around me right now are going for that much. Good grief, I'm staring at my neighbor's trailer home for sale that's listed for $300,000. And it's falling apart. And he's had a lot of people look at it. I have a cute little home just to the east of me in the back of my backyard that just sold for $350,000. Less than 1,000 square feet. It's a postage stamp property. How are people affording homes today? Like, what are they doing to be able to buy? I'm tired.
$250,000 was considered an expensive home for somebody's first home. Now, you can't get a home where I live for less than $400,000 if you want a home of quality. I understand the housing crisis, but it literally makes me sick that my first home is going to be 400 plus. That's insane.
We are about to be evicted from our home. The landlord said that they would work with us, and today we had a 3-day notice on our door. We have 72 hours to leave the home, or we have to pay the balance in full. It's $1,800. We have cut back on eating. We have cut back on everything. We are trying to save for a car. We can't even save for a car, man. We can't even save for a car. So, and I don't know what to do. At this point, I don't know what to do.
Guys, this is the sad reality going on in the United States. A lot more people are being evicted from their apartment because they cannot afford rent. Damn. He cut back on food and trying to survive with two incomes. It's not only two incomes. Sometimes, pretty much all the time, I will say all the time, the husband he has two jobs, and the wife, she also has two jobs. Pretty much they cannot spend any family time with their kids because they always working, just trying to survive. And today's economy, and it is tough. That's why a lot of people, they are ending up homeless, getting evicted from their apartment because they cannot afford to live anymore. You cut back on pretty much everything, and it's not enough. It's not enough. Inflation is through the roof. Grocery prices, everything is so expensive. So I really don't know where are we going to end with this whole situation. Anybody that has any idea, please leave it down in the comments below. Share your opinion with others, with us, what you guys are doing to survive and do better in this economy, because it's tough. It is tough. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next video.